with this, we have an icebreaker, folks. We have Nicholas Anastasio.
That's actually very good.
Outstanding. All right. Nick is going to be giving us a little glimpse into his thoughts, his life, his experiences. So I give you a surprise title, Nicholas Anastasio.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I want to tell you the story of how I got here. And while I could sit up here for a couple hours and tell you every decision I ever made in my whole life to get here, I don't want to talk that long. I don't think you want to listen to me that long. So I'm going to skip the first 22 years of my life, about 90% or so. But I didn't really do anything that important anyways. I went to school, worked part-time, nothing too big. So let's skip ahead to the summer of 2020. I just graduated college, living in my friend's spare bedroom, and I'm delivering pizzas for a living. Not very glamorous. My girlfriend at the time had just moved to Tampa to attend USF for her master's program. And having known that for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two leading up, I started to apply for any job I could find in the area so I could move here too. Every minute that I wasn't in a car dropping off pizzas, I was online, on LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever, applying, interviewing. Every day for months, 2 months probably. I put on my suit, got in front of a webcam, talked to people hundreds of miles away in a city I'd never been to, I knew nothing about. It was kind of terrifying, but in the end, it was worth it. On what I had decided beforehand would be my final interview before I give up, I struck gold. They loved me, I loved them, and by the end of the week, I had an offer, I accepted, and 2 weeks to move to a whole new city. So I Googled apartments in Tampa, picked the one with the highest ratings, packed up everything I had and moved west. Now I want to talk about the career that I was starting here for a little bit because I think it says a bit about me, who I am, how I'm like. I'm an accountant. I have my master's degree in accounting and, very technical, detail oriented. I think that's just how I am. However, when I was younger, growing up, I spent many weekends and many summers working with my father. My father is a contractor, so I'm very comfortable in that construction world, in that industry. So when I found the construction company in Tampa wanting to hire an accountant, I thought, match made in heaven, this is perfect. I'm going to love this. And I did. It's a great job. I've been here just over 2 years now. I love every minute of it. My career goals right now are twofold. One, I'm looking to develop my technical skills, the math, the actual accounting. And to that end, I'm studying to get my CPA license. On the other hand, I'm also looking to develop my professional and leadership skills, which is why I'm here at Toastmasters. Toastmasters was recommended to me by my boss, actually, based on a success story from one of his colleagues, one of my superiors at work. He was apparently, I didn't know the man 20 years ago when he started, but allegedly he was a lot like me when he started out, a little more reclusive, didn't talk so much, not much of a leader. But seeing the way that he is now, 20 years later, I think to myself, if he can make that change with just a few years of Toastmasters, why can't I? So I started looking for a club, and now here I am, giving my first speech for Toastmasters. I'm excited about what's to come, the future, but at the same time, I'm pretty nervous about starting something new. I don't know what to expect, but I've learned that sometimes in life, you just have to jump in head first, like I did moving to Tampa, finding a new career, moving into an apartment I knew nothing about. And now I'm doing it with Toastmasters. Thank you.
Fellow Toastmasters and mostly the new members tonight, welcome. And of course, especially Nicholas, your icebreaker. Nicholas, if you hadn't told me you were nervous, I wouldn't have known. You have a wonderful presence up here. You had great eye contact and you knew what you were going to say and you didn't refer to notes. At least not that I saw. You started by telling us what you weren't going to talk about. That just gets me more interested in what you didn't say. So I was hoping you might slide that in later on, but you didn't. I know that you said you grew up, but I didn't hear where. I would have liked to have known when you went west, and in the beginning you talked about how important that was for you. West from where? I wasn't sure. So a little background information from your family and whether you were an only child or sibling, how hard school was for you. Did you like it? Didn't you like it? Did you have a lot of friends? Something, just to give us a little glimmer of what the base was that you were coming from. Your body, you talked about leaving and your girlfriend, the motivation for getting here, being an accountant, and then you went into your goals. I really like the fact that you mentioned those in the body of your content. And then when you closed, you told us how you felt, which was wonderful. A lot of times people are hesitant to give emotions, but you weren't. You told us you were a little nervous and you said, but you know what? I've overcome that nervousness before, and you reminded us and yourself by reviewing the things that you had done, which was a nice way to close your presentation. I want to congratulate you for not stumbling up here. I didn't hear about your ahs and ums. It was great. Thank you so much for your presentation.